Hello. I am going to have another section, next segment of my Matthew Bible study, but I wanted to mention something, and I wanted to ask you guys a question. The topic of the question I have is Lent. Helpful or heretical? Now, I was mentioning, while I'm no longer a Catholic anymore because of my disagreements with the hierarchy and some of the other parts of their dogma that they have. There are many other Protestant churches that as well that celebrate the period and honor the period of Lent. Which Lent, for those who don't know, is a period of 40 days and 40 nights before the death and resurrection of Jesus. And it is a period where you out of respect and out of love for God and for Jesus, for what God has done for us by giving up his Son to suffer and die for us. We give up something. And it begins on Ash Wednesday, which is this Wednesday. And I was mentioning to a fellow Christian online that who's a non-denominational church, that I mentioned that I was going to give up all sweets and snack food, junk food, cookies, ice cream, candies, etc., soda, for the period of Lent. And she said that's not biblical, that's not scriptural, meaning then that means it must be bad. While there isn't anything mentioning the actual period of Lent in the epistles or in Acts, I believe that fasting has a long history in both the Jewish church and the Christian church. And it's a way of giving up something for God. And it's a way of acknowledging God and I mean the Christian church acknowledging what Jesus did for us. And I mean 40 days has a lot of elements of 40 days in the Bible, the 40 days and 40 nights of the flood, the 40 days Moses spent in Mount Sinai, and most important is, I believe, the 40 days, 40 nights that Jesus wandered in the desert, fasting and being tempted. And I mean, when we fast, or when I fast, I mean, I am tempted. When I was a kid doing this, I never was able to go more than a week. And especially giving up candy, giving up sweets. I've always had a sweet tooth. And some people might say, well, the Pharisees fasted. Yes, but the Pharisees fasted so everyone knew they fasted, and kind of the whole dour face, and look at me, I'm so hungry. Aren't I a good follower of God? I'm so starving. Look at me. But I mean, instead, I mean, you just do it. I mean, it's kind of like, that's not the way it should be. I'm doing this for you. I mean, one of the things that I realized that I wasn't as good of a Christian as I should be with devotion and what do I give up for God, was I have a coworker who's a Muslim, and during the month of Ramadan, she didn't eat or drink water from sunup to sundown, and I mean, just saying, and she came to work every day, and I mean, she was able to do that, and I mean, she wasn't really complaining or anything. I mean, sometimes she got, irritable, a little irritable, but that's understandable. But I mean, she was in great spirits and doing it because of her love for her God. And I'm not getting into a whole discussion of Islam, Christianity, stuff like that. We disagree there, but the point is, what am I doing to show devotion to God? What am I doing to show devotion to Christ? And I don't need to do anything. I mean, I'm saved by faith alone. I know that, but it's something that I want to do. And so, like I said, I'm giving up sweets. And I'm hoping. I mean, I know human nature is to complain, but I'm doing this out of love. So why should I complain about something I'm doing out of love? I'm also planning on taking, bettering myself, doing things that I've tried to do to better myself, but haven't been able to. And I mean, asking God for help, and maybe doing it in this period. In this, what I view as a holy period leading up to the greatest gift of all, and I'm going to try, and I am. I mean, and so I've decided I'm only going to watch 2 hours of escapist TV a day, and escapism is, I'd say, like, not religious, not historic, not news, not something to better my soul or better my brain. Or better me, just pure escapism. I'm going to exercise on that bike, on my exercise bike, at least a half hour every day. I'm going to read. I read the Bible as well, but other than the Bible, I'm also going to read spiritual books and religious books that help better explain and help me as well, and I'm going to write a half hour a day, and I'm going to go to bed at 11 every night. I'm going to have the TV and internet off at 10. And all these things just will help me get better sleep, help me take better care of myself, help keep my brain activated, and things I should be doing on my own, but I can't do on my own. So, I mean, God will help me. And so I'm just wondering, none of that is in the Bible, per se. Lent, the period leading up to Easter, fasting, giving up something. That thing is not literally in the Bible. Fasting is. Sacrificing something for God is. Changing for God is. But not Lent. So, I mean, other things that are add-ons, that are helpful to human beings to get closer to God. Are they heretical, or are they helpful? Do they help us get closer to God? I'm not saying we need those things. We don't need those things. But are they a detriment to God's Word? I don't think they are. But that is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Thank you.